did, yes. Yeah.
You start to get the idea of what I was kind of getting at with the taking photos from unusual perspectives, unusual angles.
You have to, again, it's what's changed, because it's your story.
Did anyone have a crack at any of the responding to any questions up there? We'll go very quickly. So if someone was saying, I ordered my lipstick 2 weeks ago and it still hasn't arrived, what's going on? What's the answer? What's the answer that we would give them?
We'll find out for you.
We'll find out for you.
Yeah, we'll find out for you. Telephone, head office. Find out, okay, what's your customer reference number? What's your order number? Let me look into that for you. Either you proactively find out for them, you look into it and try and find them, or you signpost them towards it as well. That's always the alternative. You can signpost them towards where they can get the answer from. The question I asked on the right-hand side there, the question, how much can I make being an Avon rep? Sky's the limit, absolutely. Certainly, that's the answer I got last time as well. The sky really is the limit. And use it as an opportunity to engage in conversation. If someone's asked you a question, yes, you can give them an answer, but the conversation doesn't have to end there. You can reply with a question. You can use this as an opportunity to have that back and forth conversation. Do you want to? Not only are you building up that relationship with that individual, but at the same time, algorithm is then seeing, there's conversation happening on your content. Your content must be really engaging. So remember, you're always answering for two people, not only the person that you're responding to, but the algorithm as well. Megan, in answer to your question on Instagram, you turn the ring call round and then hook it over the glass. Magic. And if you're all confused as to what I'm talking about, you will need to give me a follow at Old Man Levers on Instagram. I'm not going to tell you what the question was. But there you are. Right. I am now going to show you something. Before we get back onto the training, I want to show you something that is being made available to Avon reps and sales leaders. It's a platform that makes it infinitely easier for you guys and for your reps to do a lot of the stuff that we've been talking about this afternoon. It's the Avon Social system. This is what it looks like. Has anybody had a look at this yet? A couple of you have done. Excellent. Okay. What this system is it is an online platform that allows Avon reps to create, manage their own content, but also access content created by others as well. Three main parts, and this platform is designed for Avon reps that you're looking at the moment. Three main components of it. The first is the composition section. This allows you to create your pieces of content, upload images to it, insert videos and pictures, and also select which accounts you want to post it to. So you can create a single piece of content and arrange for it to go out on multiple accounts. And you can then schedule the piece of content as well. So you can sit down Monday morning and map out and schedule your entire week's worth of content on this platform. You can also access the suggested messages bank. Now this is a bank of content that is being created by the team at Avon High Command. Is that the right term? Let's go High Command, I like that. This is being created by the team at Avon centrally, and it is content that they're creating, images in there, there's examples of both self-promotional and value-adding content in here as well. And what happens is the platform, when you go on suggested messages, the platform will pick pieces of content from that content bank and it will provisionally schedule them into different slots. So we can see, for example, this post here is scheduled in to go out at 2 on Wednesday the 18th of July on my Facebook page. I, as a rep, can then go, yeah, I like it, use it as it is. Or I can, if I want to go, I like it, but I just want to edit something. I want to edit the time that it goes out, or I want to edit the wording. I can make tweaks to it. Or I can say, no, I don't like it, get rid of it. So essentially what this is doing is it's providing a safety net of content. So the reps, if they don't have, if they have writer's block, they need some inspiration for some content, they just don't know what to say, they can access this bank of content and the content will be presented to them for them to choose to use if they wish. For each individual user, a different selection of content will come up here. So if you were to all log into it now, you wouldn't all get the exact same piece of content coming up. Saying this is going to go out at 1:30 on this time. So it is ever so slightly personalising in a different way. So reps within your team can use it all together and it will create different amounts of content for them. They can then access the content planner as well, so they can see all of the content that's planned for the future, as well as all of the content that has been planned, that has gone out previously. And if a piece of content went out 3 months ago that went really well, they can then go, I want to use that post again, or I want to use it on a different platform. So it has been designed as a means to make it easier. That's what this platform is all about. Now, as sales leaders, you get access to a few more shiny features. This is what your dashboard would look like, as well as all of the create message and the suggested messages and planner and everything. You also get access to an image creator, which is very similar to Canva and comes preloaded with certificate templates and things like that. And it also has a stats overview as well, so you can get some headline stats on the performance of your accounts. Now, this this tool, is currently being rolled out on a trial basis. Because it is currently on a trial, the number of spaces that are available on this trial are limited. But because you've come to a boot camp today, we want you guys to have access to it, have an opportunity to give it a go. Who would like to start using the planner today? That is a fantastic answer. That's what we wanted to hear. What I can tell you is that you will receive an email within the next 7 days with instructions on how to sign up and access the trial and access the platform. Your feedback is going to be what helps define this platform and hopefully turn it into a platform that will be rolled out across reps and leaders across the country. So if you do get involved in it, I would encourage you to do so. Do share your feedback with it as well. As I said, the important thing about this is this isn't a fire and forget tool. This isn't a means for you to go, oh, well, I don't need to bother about anything that David said today. I can just use this. It's designed as a safety net. It's designed as a support platform. But most importantly, it's designed to make it easier for reps and sales leaders to use social media and encourage you guys to use social media long-term into the future. So that is the Avon social system. They have listened, Avon has listened to your requests for help and support when it comes to social. This is the product that's come from it. Hope you enjoy using it. Right, let's go back. After that brief advertorial, let's go back to our agenda. We're going to start looking at engaging with audiences on Facebook now. Now again, we're looking primarily at Facebook pages here, how people can engage with us. There's a number of different ways in which someone might be able to engage with us. So on the right hand side here, Ree has said, hi, I've heard that Avon's Skin So Soft Dry Oil Spray is good at repelling gnats from biting and want to try it on a young child. I assume as in give it to the child to repel gnats, not use it to repel a small child.
Oh, I wish.
If anyone can do a product like that, I'm on board. Is it safe for children to have on? I'm concerned that as an oil it will increase the risk of sunburn in this hot weather. So again, someone asking a question about product feature. Now, you may know the answer to that question, you may not. In this instance, so this was posted on Avon's main Facebook page. Leanna, is Leanna here today? No. Leanna said, hi, it's a dry oil so it doesn't leave the skin greasy, perfectly safe for children. Feel free to inbox me with any other questions. Click to shop at my store. And there's then provided a link there. So a nice bit of poaching there. Someone's asked a question on the main Avon page. Yeah, and she's got in there, answered the question, and provided a link to her online platform. Now, I'm not suggesting that you all now spend your time monitoring the comments section on Avon's main Facebook page, because it could get a bit scrappy if you're all doing that. But opportunities do arise to have conversations. Comments underneath posts here. So, Denise, is Denise here today? That's probably for the best. Denise has come straight in here, Avon's posted something. Denise, she has no shame. She's gone, hey, shop here to browse the full Avon range, direct delivery from Avon to your door. No shame at all. I like it, it's gutsy. But it's getting your brand out there, it's getting yourself out there and commenting. Steph underneath said, looking for active Avon rep, I order online and happy to have direct delivery. So someone is asking, wanting a rep to get in touch with them. So these opportunities do crop up. You may belong to beauty groups, makeup groups, different things, non-Avon related groups. You may see on there people asking for advice, tips, recommendations. Use these as opportunities to engage and further that conversation. We mentioned briefly earlier Facebook groups. Who's using the Facebook group at the moment? Excellent. And are you using those groups to talk to your teams? Yes, to talk to yourself. And customers as well. Yeah. How many people use it to talk to customers? Excellent. Excellent. Now, at the start of this year, Facebook had a bit of bad press. I don't know if you saw. Facebook had a bit of bad press regarding a company called Cambridge Analytica. It was very good press for me because it resulted in me being asked to appear on Good Morning Britain and be interviewed by Piers Morgan, re-interviewed as Shoutergat. He called me an evil man on national television. Life goal ticked off. But as a result of that, Facebook made a few changes to its algorithm and renewed its commitment to being focused on communities rather than businesses. And so what it said is that content posted by business pages, we're going to dial down ever so slightly. Content posted into groups, we're going to dial up ever so slightly. Businesses weren't happy with this, so Facebook also said, also, by the way, we're going to now make it possible for business pages to be admins of groups, and for groups to be associated to business pages. So if you're currently running a page, you can have a group. And we're looking at the business page for Jasper's Market. There's a groups tab there. We can click on that, and there are the groups that are owned by this page. So you could have an open group for customers. Customer discussion group. You could, depending on how much you want to break it down, have one group for makeup advice and one group for fashion advice. Different communities focused around different product ranges affiliated to Avon. The only groups that are visible here are either open or closed groups. So those of you that are using a secret group, they won't be visible on the list here. Of course, we have three types of groups. We have open groups that anyone can join straight away, closed groups, which people can see, but they have to apply to join it before they can see the content within it, and then secret groups, which are completely hidden away and are invitation only. I would generally recommend that your sales team's groups are secret, or at the very least, closed. Certainly not open. Customer groups, open or closed. No need for them to be secret. But you can, as a page, you can now be an admin of a group. So in order to create a group, all you need to do when you're looking at your page, on desktop, next to the share button at the top, you click on the more options dot there, and then create group will be there, and then you can click on that, and it'll ask you to name the group, add some people in it, and what kind of group do you want to make it. If you've already got a group and you want to make your page an admin of that group, just go to your group, go into the settings, click on Add Admin, and then you'll be able, any page that you're an admin of, you'll be able to add that page as an additional admin into the group.
Can I
At
just-
which point, that group will then appear on your Facebook page as well, if it is a public or a closed group.
So I've got a business page which I'm an admin on,
Yep.
and I've got groups which I'm admin on. So what difference does it make if they're linked together?
So the difference is, basically
Is
why...
that just for the algorithm point of view?
I suppose, so your question is, why bother making the page an admin of the group if
Yeah,
you're an admin
no, if I'm
already?
an admin of them both anyway.
The benefit is that by adding your page as an admin to the group, the page can post into the group. So sometimes some people may not want to post directly from their personal profiles to do it, but they can post from their page. But more importantly, it means that the group appears on the business page. So it's basically free advertising for the group, because the group will now sit on your business page as well. So people that go to your page will be able to see there's a group that they can join.
But if it's a closed group, which because it's my customers, they wouldn't necessarily want to be on my business page, would they?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to do this. It isn't something that you have to do for everyone. As I say, if it's a closed group and it is certain people that you want in it, there's not necessarily a need for you to do it. So it's not a must do, but that option is there, that is available for you now. As I say, for open groups and for growing your groups up, and if you don't want to be speaking to customers from your personal Facebook page, you want to do so from behind the safety or behind the privacy of the page, then these features are designed for you primarily. Events. Who's used events on Facebook before? A few of you, excellent. So the great thing about events is that you can set a lot of details, you can add links to purchasing tickets if it's a ticketed event. You can get people to say that they're interested, they're going to the event. You can then post updates into that individual event page. So that if there is a cancellation or a change of venue, you can get a message out to people that are going without interrupting, disturbing people that aren't interested in it. As with groups, pages can be the admins of events as well as individual users. And the relative new feature that exists for events is co-hosting. So you can set it now so you can invite other pages to be a co-host of your event. So for example, say you were hosting an event here at the Village Hotel. You could create the event through your Facebook page, and the event would be sat there on your Facebook page. You could then invite the Village to be a co-host of the event. If they accept, the event will then appear on the events page on their Facebook page as well.
How many co-hosts do you have?
It's a very good question. How many co-hosts can you have? I'm not immediately aware of an upper limit to it. I'm sure there is an upper limit. Off the top of my head, I'm not entirely sure what that upper limit is.
So you probably have quite a few.
You probably have quite a few, yeah. So I've certainly seen events that have 4 or 5 co-hosts involved in it. Generally, they tend to be the person that's hosting the event and the venue. They tend to be the 2 co-hosts that you see most of the time. I think that's probably the best way to use it. But yeah, if you're co-hosting the event with if you've got 4 or 5 people from your sales team in it, co-host them all in, it will stretch across all of their business pages, absolutely. So co-hosting, if you haven't used it, just be conscious of the settings when you are inviting someone to be a co-host. As a co-host, they'll be able to post updates as well. So ensure that you've got a trusted relationship with whoever it is that you are going to be co-hosting the event with. Then we've got Facebook Shop. Who's using Facebook Shop? A couple of you. Facebook Shop is a new feature, relatively new feature. What it does is, as you can see there, we've got a shop tab here. We can click on that, and we can see a list of products, descriptions, prices of them. We go into that and see all the details, product description. And then what it also allows us to do is when we upload content elsewhere, so in this example, uploaded a picture, you can tag products in the picture. So I can mouse over that placemat and I can see, that's the home design placemat, and that costs £12 because that's a ridiculous amount of money for a placemat. But that's the amount that my friend Emma insists on charging. So there we are. But you can see all of that detail, and then click on that, and it will take you through to the product. What you cannot do with a Facebook shop is complete the transaction on Facebook. You cannot complete the purchase on Facebook. If I want this product, like click that buy now button, it will take me out of Facebook and take me to the Avon website and that product on the Avon website. So you complete the transaction on the native website. At this moment in time, Facebook does not have transaction fulfillment capability. Note that I said at this moment in time. I am supremely confident that Facebook is in the midst of trying to do a deal with the likes of PayPal or SagePay so that they can fulfill and complete payments on the platform, at which point they'll be able to take on Amazon. And then who knows what Zuckerberg will set his sights on next. Yes, sir?
Sorry, just a quick question. You know, you said that if you click online, it takes you through to Avon's website.
Yep.
Would that be my personal website? Could I put the link in? Or
Exactly right. So when you add an item to your shop, it asks you what URL do you want to put in there. So you can put the URL to that product on your shop. So it will still go through your shop. So you control the URL that goes into there. So setting it up is nice and simple. First of all, you need to make sure you've got the shop tab turned on. On your page, you click on settings, go to your settings menu, and we then go to edit page. Then when we're on edit page, it will list all of the tabs. So these are the things on the left-hand side that are visible. We scroll down to add a tab, and we select shop, and we add that tab. That will put the shop tab onto your Facebook profile. Onto your business page. Again, this is another plus for having a business page over using a personal profile. Personal profiles can't have shops, whereas business pages can. We then click on our shop tab, and we go, we click on add a product add a product. It will then ask us to fill in the information about the product. So we upload some photos, name of the product, the price, description. We can put products on sale. So if the product is usually retailing at £50 and it's on sale at 40, you can just go into the product, go, this is on sale now, it's £40, and Facebook will display the original and the reduced price to let people know that it is on sale. And then checkout URL. So that's where you put the URL to that product item via your online shop there. Put that in, click save, and off it goes. Now, when you're then creating a post, and you've got a photo uploaded, mouse over it and click on tag products, and as soon as you put one item into your shop, you'll have the tag products option available. Click on tag products, you select where on the picture the item is, and you select what the item is as well. So you could have a picture, for example, you could take a picture of your delivery. Next time you get a campaign delivery come through, you could take a picture of a dozen different items all laid out on the floor, shreds of box littered everywhere. I gather the boxes are very different to the boxes that I remember. I gather they have pink lids. My mum is an Avon rep, and I grew up in the era of boxes that were glued shut with half a ton of glue. My mum had an Avon spatula. A specific plastic spatula designed for prizing the glue tabs off the box. But yeah, you tag that box, bits of box lying around, and you have that picture, and you can tag each individual product item in there, and then each of those tags lead through that specific product. It is a manual approach. There are other ways of doing it, but for yourselves, because you don't have access to the back end of Avon's website, it's a manual approach. So I would suggest not trying to put every single product into the Facebook shop. I instead maybe focus on products that you know are popular with your existing customers, or the highlights of each campaign as they go through, and build your product library up over time. Yes?
You said about popular products is a really good one, but then you could also do, if you've already got, like we don't normally have like loads of stock ourselves, but if you do have any items that you want to sell that you already have in stock, there was the ones that are featured on the store. Or say like when with some of the perfumes you get building or whatever it's called, so you get like the same perfume, sell those to your customers, so you can feature that on your store as well.
Excellent, some fantastic examples there from Megan as well, thank you. You can, there's lots of different ways. You can build the shop up the way you want to build it up, so you can focus on the things that you want it to focus on. So that's the Facebook shop tool. Now, if you're using Instagram, if you've converted your Instagram account into a business account, and you do that by going into the settings on Instagram and selecting switch to business profile, as soon as you create a shop on Facebook, it should pull through into Instagram, so you can tag products on Instagram as well. I say should. Instagram are having some issues rolling this out to everybody, so don't panic if that's not available to you yet. But you do need to make sure your Instagram account is connected to your Facebook account and is a business account. I'll just go over again how you do that. When you're on Instagram, you go to settings, you scroll down the settings, and there'll be an option to switch to a business profile. You select that, follow the instructions, and that will turn it into a business account. And as I said, if you've got a Facebook shop, that should then open up product tagging to Instagram for you as well. There are a couple of other techniques, bits and things we can do. One tool that's kind of hidden away. This is the under the side of a post that's gone out. It's been shared organically and boosted. Over 54 people have liked it. If I click on that link there, that's one link there. So if I click there, it will open up this box, which is a list of all the people that have liked the post. If somebody has liked the post but hasn't liked the page, a button to invite them to like the page will be highlighted. And you're able to click that and send them an invitation to like your business page. So those of you that have been boosting posts, always keep an eye on this stuff. It's a question I get asked all the time. How can I organically grow my audience? How can I get more followers without having to run page-like campaigns and adverts? This is the quickest way to do it. Run posts, boost them. Yes, there's still a spend involved, but boost the posts, get people liking your content, and then invite people that like your content to carry on and like the page as well. So that's an activity that, again, you can do quite quick, easy when you're on the move. So, let's move on to Instagram. The slides get a bit cool and trendy now, because Instagram's cool and trendy. Apart from the logo, I don't like the logo. This is the new, I say new logo, it's been around for about 18 months, 2 years now. I'm still not a fan of it. It looks like a uniform threw up on a plate, if you ask me. But that's the logo that they've got. More importantly is how businesses are using Instagram. And we see lots of different ways. Lots of different ways in which these businesses are getting the most out of Instagram as a platform. A lot of them use it as a community building tool. So this is a mail order crochet. I think it's, no, it might be knitting. I don't know, I keep saying my mum knits and then she throws her crochet needles at me and tells me off for not calling it.
That's knitting.
Yes, yes.
No, that's like a
Some
crochet.
kind
It is
of
crochet.
wall-based activity. One of the gang, it's a mail order thing, and what they do is they encourage people to send pictures of the things that they make, and then they share those posts out through their own account. So they're actively encouraging people to send their own pictures into them, and then they post them out. They give credit to the original authors, of course, but the advantage of doing this is that you don't need to worry about creating your own content. So if you've got a very active community, you encourage people to send people to send in their own selfies of their own fashion looks, their own bits and pieces. You can then share that out. You as sales leaders can ask your reps to send selfies in of them out and about delivering orders, for example. And then you can showcase those photos, showcase your team, showcase the life and world experience, showcase the perspectives from different people. We're doing a campaign with a taxi firm at the moment, a taxi firm based in Birmingham. And what we're doing is we're getting taxi drivers to pull over in a safe space, turn off the ignition and remove the keys from their engine, and then get their phone and take a selfie of themselves in the car, outside different landmarks in Birmingham, and give a bit of their story. And what we're then doing is we're featuring different drivers each week. This is Gary, He's 42, he's lived in Birmingham all his life, his
Sounds like a
favourite
dating
place.
app.
It does sound a bit Tinderesque, doesn't it? Tinder for taxi drivers, that's a terrifying hailman.com. And what we're doing, we're showcasing live, but we're getting them to send the content in. So it creates a variety of content and really showcases the account as being very people-focused and very community-focused. So that's one way in which businesses are using Instagram. Another way is telling their own story. This is India Pottery, they're a pottery business, and they showcase their finished products, but they also showcase the manufacture process, the step-by-step process that people go through. Again, someone mentioned earlier, like behind-the-scenes imagery and content as value-added content. Absolutely is. But a lot of people, maybe prospective, potential future reps, might be half interested, but not really know about what life is like being an A1 rep. They may have misconceptions about what it's like. So if you can use Instagram to showcase what it's really like, to share that story, to share life as an A1 rep, you might answer some of those questions and encourage people to come forward and make their own inquiries. This is one of my favourite brands. This is a company called Hyatt Denim. What do they sell?
Denim.
Denim. Tell me about their product.
Strong.
They're strong.
Strong.
What else?
For country living or...
For country living, for outdoorsy people. What is their target audience?
Well, you've got working men, I'd say. Men.
Outdoorsy men.
But work and play.
Outdoorsy
A
men.
lumberjack.
Lumberjacks.
Farmers.
Farmers.
Unless you're looking
Are they
at...
fashionable?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they've got the fashionable.
Quite modern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no text up there. I've not told you anything about this business, but you've been able to describe not only the product, but the target audience based on 8 pictures. I'm not entirely sure what that picture contributes. Not a lot. That is a man composing the sea. But the other 7 images are useful. They're rugged, they're hard-wearing, they're for outdoorsy working people. They're fashionable. Look at the red button. How fashionable is that? This jacket's from Primark. I know nothing about fashion. So yeah, you can use the imagery of Instagram to showcase your products, but in a way that tells a story, that tells a narrative with visuals alone. There are lots of different ways in which businesses are using Instagram. And of course, we focus on the visuals quite a bit, but there is another critical component to an Instagram post, apart from the picture. The hashtags, absolutely. The hashtags are very important. But we can use hashtags in a really creative way with Instagram. We can use hashtags to do the research. One of the great things about Instagram is if we go to the search bar at the top of Instagram and we start typing in a hashtag, it will tell us not only how many people have used that hashtag, but also what other similar hashtags exist and how popular they are. So I put in hashtag makeup here, and it's told me that 170 million people have used hashtag makeup. It's also told me that 8.5 million people have used makeup tutorial, that 44.5 million have used makeup artist, 1.1 million have used hashtag makeup party. So this is a great way to find out what other hashtags are being used. You may be tempted to look at that and go, wow, well hashtag makeup by far is the most popular hashtag. That's the one that I definitely want to use, because that's going to be seen by the most people. Is that necessarily the best hashtag to use then?
No.
No, why?
You'll get lost.
Get lost. Absolutely, too many, absolutely correct. You're a drop in the ocean. Tiniest drop in the biggest of oceans. You put that post up there, and by the time you put your phone down, a dozen other posts have gone up and superseded your post. You're far better off looking at the smaller ones. Find ones that are still popular, but hashtags that aren't as being used as manically, that you stand a higher chance of being visible on for longer. We can use these hashtags to find other pieces of content as well. So these are using hashtag letterbox look. So we've done that search, and we can see all these other bits of content that come up. This is the first 6 that came up when I did the search. Have a look, see what else is being posted, see what other people are posting. And what can we do then with that content? Engage with it. Instagram isn't just about posting your own content. It's about engaging with other people's content. It's about being part of a community. Instagram has always been focused on community, as have all social platforms. This is very much focused on the community aspect. Those of you that have had a look at my Instagram profile in the break will have seen that I do occasionally post a picture of beer. Occasionally. The MD of our company will occasionally say, David, can you please post a landscape so people don't think you're an alcoholic? So I take a picture of a beer garden. But what I do is I might upload a post, hashtag craft beer UK. I'll then click on that hashtag, and then I'll see other people's content. I'll engage with other people's content as well. That's a really powerful tool for us, and that's going to be really powerful in the moment when we look at creating our own content and growing our reach. It's not just about posting your own content, it's about engaging with others as well. And that leads us on to a process that I want to run through with you. Process that you go through every time you post a bit of content. We're going back to the street speak. In the acronym, it's image, tag, engage. I spent far too long trying to think of a cool, quirky acronym that is going to get my points across. The best I came up with was image, tag, engage, or as the youth say, I. Best I got, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, we've reached that time in the day, folks, where the humour's just gone out of the window now. But anyway, image, tag, engage. Image. Think about the composition of the image. We already looked at this today. We already looked at framing the image so that it comes out in an unusual, thumb-stopping way. Think about the colour. Statistically, posts that are very red, orange, yellow heavy perform better than posts that are blues and greens. I suspect that's down to the fact that a lot of people take a lot of landscape photos. There's lots of sky, land, sea photos that just kind of get a bit diluted, especially the sea photos, they get diluted. So orange, yellow, bright, vibrant colours tend to stand out a lot more. And think about the media type as well, cycle through static images, videos, boomerangs, all those different bits and pieces. That's fine, we're doing that already. Then we've got the tag element. So tagging profiles, tag other users in your content, tag Avon in the posts. When you create the post, there's an option to tag profiles. You can pick an item on the on your picture. You can tag Avon in it. You can tag your sales team. You can tag the hotel venue where you're hosting your event. What you're doing in all of these instances is you're telling Instagram, hey, this post might be relevant to people that like content from the Village Hotel.
This.
Definitely. I'm allergic to the Village Hotel, apparently. So tag profiles in there. So it will inform the algorithm on Instagram. Tag your location as well. Always tag your location. I'm not saying tag your house, but tag your village, tag your town, tag your general location. So again, this will help Instagram to focus on who it shows the content to. If you tag your post as being in Leeds, then Instagram will be more likely to show your post through the Explore system to people based in Leeds than people based in, say, Devon. Now, of course, that's not always going to be what you want. Sometimes you are going to want to reach a wider community, but for a lot of the times you want to be focused on your local community, tag your location. Say a question. Yes?
Is it worth hashtagging your location? If you want to recruit in a certain town, is it worth putting that town as a hashtag?
And then you've got your hashtags as well, yeah. So your hashtags should be relevant. Think about ways that you can think of it outside the box. So that's a great example. that you've just given there. So advertise it if it's a recruitment-based post, then say hashtag leads jobs, for example, because some people will be searchers based on that. Not a huge number of people job search on Instagram, but some certainly will do. You can use beauty and makeup-based hashtags. You use location-based hashtags, emotions, feelings. You've got a wide range to choose from. You can have up to 30 hashtags in a post. Instagram themselves recommend between 8 and 12. Personally, I use more. I do use more.